You know the moment. You're in a meeting, maybe with your boss or on a call with a client. You finish making your point and they say it. That was a surprisingly good idea. For you. Or maybe it's at a family dinner. It's great, you're finally taking your career seriously. The words just hang there. You feel it, don't you? That hot little flash in your stomach. The air in the room suddenly feels thick. Your mind starts flipping through 1,000 furious replies, searching for the one perfect, cutting remark that will put them back in their box. Don't say it. That feeling, that burning need to leap to your own defense, is a trap. The moment you get hooked, the moment you bite, you've just handed them the controls. For the next hour, or maybe the rest of the day, you'll be replaying their words, perfecting your unspoken comeback. They said 10 words, and in return, they get to live in your head, rent-free. You let their opinion become the weather report for your mind. We're told the answer is to grow thick skin, to build a wall so high that their words can't get over it. But that's a lonely way to live. A wall doesn't just keep out the bad, it keeps out everything. You build a fortress to protect yourself from the world, and you end up its only prisoner. The Stoics taught a harder but more powerful way. Not a thicker wall, no wall at all. Think about last night. Your partner walks in, looks at you, and says, "You look tired." Just 3 words, but your mind translates it into 1,000 accusations. You're not keeping up. You're failing. You look old. The sting you feel isn't from the words, "You look tired." It's from your own internal story about what those words mean. The Stoics called this assent, the moment you agree that you have been harmed. And that agreement, that story you tell yourself, that is the one and only thing in the universe you have complete and total control over. As the Stoic teacher Epictetus wrote, if you learn that someone is speaking ill of you, don't try to defend yourself against the rumors. Respond instead, "Yes, and he doesn't know the rest of my faults, or he would have mentioned them as well." Just let that sink in. Not, "That's a lie," not, "How dare you," but, "You're right. In fact, you have no idea how right you are." This isn't weakness. It's the ultimate form of strength. It's a way of saying, your opinion of me is so irrelevant to my own peace that I can afford to agree with you. Your biggest weapon is a toy to me. An attack that doesn't find an enemy doesn't just fail. It makes the attacker look absurd. They've wound themselves up to throw a punch, and you just step aside. They're left spinning in the air, off balance and alone. This isn't just theory. Socrates, the teacher of Plato, was relentlessly mocked. For his poverty, for his looks, for the way he constantly questioned people, lesser men would have grown bitter or tried to change to fit in. Socrates just leaned into it. He knew his own worth wasn't based on his bank account or the approval of the crowd. He was playing a completely different game. One where the only points on the scoreboard were for things like courage and wisdom and justice. The opinions of others simply weren't part of the rules. His power wasn't in having a quick comeback. His power was in his complete refusal to even play their game. So how do we do this? How do we use this on a Tuesday morning when the anxiety is spiking and our ego is bruised? It starts with a single, deliberate breath. You're on a team call. You've been quiet, thinking. When you finally speak up, a colleague says, "Nice of you to finally join the conversation." That familiar heat rises. This is it. This is your gym. First, the sacred pause. Do not speak. Do not type. For 1 full second, do nothing. In that tiny sliver of silence between their words and your reaction, your freedom lives. Just notice the feeling, the urge to lash out. Recognize it for what it is, an impression, a suggestion, not a command. Second, ask the quiet question. Instead of, how dare they? Ask yourself, I wonder what they're afraid of right now. This question is a circuit breaker. It shifts you from being the target to being the observer. Their comment isn't a verdict on you, it's a confession about them. Their insecurity, their stress, their need to feel important, their jab is about them. Your response is about you. Third, the disarming agreement. This is the master level. It's not for every fight. But when you're ready, try the Epictetus Gambit. Someone says, "You really seem to be struggling with this project." The defensive move is, "No, I'm not. I've got it under control." The Stoic move is to look at them calmly and say, "You're right. This one is really challenging me, and I'm giving it everything I have." Do you feel the difference? The tension just vanishes. You've taken all the power, all the sting, out of their observation. You've shown them you are not ashamed of the struggle, and their attempt to use it as a weapon just fell to the floor. This isn't about letting people walk all over you. It's about realizing that most of what we think are battles are actually just distractions. They are tiny skirmishes for ego, pulling you away from the only war that matters, the one for control of your own mind. Why would you let someone who doesn't even know your goals set your emotional agenda for the day? They throw a spark. You do not have to be the tinder. Their words are just vibrations in the air. They only have the power you choose to give them. Every insult, every backhanded compliment is a test, a pop quiz from the universe, asking you just one question: who is in charge here? You or them? The ultimate victory is not silencing your critics, it's realizing you were never in a fight to begin with.